So I'm not really a fan of homework, like a lot of people. But let's talk about the math expressions homework specifically and how we can use it to help not only students, but help parents at home as well. So remember that there's two sides of the homework that comes with math expressions. There's a homework side, and then the opposite side is a remembering side. The remembering side is where the research is. That's where the spiral review is. That's where we want to have students practice skills they've already been taught, they already learned, but now we're committing it to that long-term memory, that phase 4 of maintain fluency. We don't want them to forget what we've already learned. That's the remembering side. It's more independent. Send it home. Students spend about 10 minutes on it. They can do it 90% of the time by themselves, if, of course, it's truly spiral. And it's a win-win for everybody. Mom and dad aren't frustrated, kid isn't frustrated, and I'm not getting a lot of angry phone calls, emails, etc. The homework side is just learned that day. So it's content that we barely learned, we probably don't have as an independent level. And now we're saying, hey, go do this at home with parents who weren't in the classroom while we taught it, don't understand the methods we're teaching, and don't know the language we're using, not to any fault of their own. So we're asking for a fight at home versus if I were to not do that homework piece and I only did the remembering, it's going to help everyone. Now I'll save the homework. Maybe the homework is going to be a morning meeting type activity like a bell ringer. They come in, their first job is to do the 1 or 2 problems on the homework that I've outlined. And now I'm using it more as an exit ticket, a formative assessment. I'm checking in. What do you remember from yesterday? I'm giving kind of that pulse check of what can we do on our own or by ourselves that we did remember without causing a lot of frustration to do it by themselves when they're at home. Maybe I keep it for a whole week and every day they come in, they do another problem on it and we just continue to do some repetitive practice. Another thing I can do is I can send home the homework side, but just a week delayed. So let's say today is Monday and I send home today last Monday's homework. That's a better option too, because now they've had an entire week to work on that concept. They're going to be more independent with it. You're going to be more successful. So if you're committed to sending home 2 pages of homework, maybe you have a community that supports that, then maybe consider sending it home delayed. I also am not a huge fan of packets of homework for entire units or entire months. That's a lot of work that goes home. And I have been a parent of a student who just wants to race through the entire packet to get it done and out of the way. And they never even learned the content, but they're pushing through because they want to get it done. So that's counterintuitive. We want the practice to be meaningful and we want the practice to be timely. And if I'm giving them a packet of things that have not yet been taught, chances are that they're going to do it wrong. There's going to be some frustration at home. It's just not really serving its purpose. So if I want to send home a packet of homework today on Monday, maybe I'm going to send it from 2 weeks ago and it's only 5 days worth of homework because I do like that even as a parent, getting options of when I do the homework. There's some nights where we don't have time and there's other times, the other nights we have more time. So I like having a little bit of leniency about when that homework is due and not maybe having to do it every single night. But I wouldn't send it home in big units or even big ideas. I would make it more manageable, maybe even just a few sheets, but make it stuff that has already been taught and students have had an adequate amount of time to work and practice on that. Homework doesn't have to be a nightmare and it can actually be helpful. We just need to get smarter about how we're using it.